Over the last couple of videos, we have been talking about crypto gems that have been on absolute fire. But in this video, we are going to be talking about how to find low cap, highly undervalued crypto gems that have explosive potential. And the thing is, they are tied to narratives that were once really popular, but because the narratives have cooled down, this creates an opportunity to purchase these crypto gems at a very discount price. And this concept is called silent 1000x crypto gems. So if that's a concept that you like, then make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on that notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up. So the definition of a silent 1000x crypto gem is a crypto gem that belongs to a narrative that was once very popular but has since cooled down. But the thing is, once it awakens and reemerges, it comes back with a massive vengeance here. So it's like waking up a sleeping giant, and then once that sleeping giant wakes up, it is absolutely this begins to dominate the entire landscape. So let me show you an example, and then I'll show you that silent 1000x crypto gem that I'm talking about in this video. So Ethereum has been an absolute tear recently, reaching $3,600. And what ends up happening when Ethereum starts to rip, it also takes all the altcoins with it. And the one silent narrative that is starting to wake up and will be an absolute giant this full-blown alt season is, you guessed it, the boys club. So everyone is familiar with Pepe here, and Pepe is not going anywhere, because if you look at the top memes, you can see that Pepe is actually number 3 right now on the list with a market cap of $5.4 billion, right behind, the OGs of the meme coins, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. And the thing about Pepe is that many consider Pepe to be the meme coin that leads this super cycle. So this narrative here, that's absolutely gonna heat up during the peak of this bull run. And once again, when you look at the boys club, you have some very noticeable characters. Of course, people are familiar with Brett, Andy, Landwolf, and this new character that I'm going to introduce to you right now is that silent 1000x crypto gem that really nobody is talking about, but it has explosive gains, and that is Dork Lord right here. And the idea behind Dork Lord is that it is the kind of like the antagonist to Pepe. So as you can see from the artwork right here, that that Dork Lord is kind of like a Pepe lookalike, wearing this shroud over his face here. Very similar. The concept of Dork Lord comes from the Sith Lord. So if you're familiar with Star Wars, then you'll know who the Sith Lord is here. So as we know, there's always a fan favorite when it comes to the antagonist of the main character here. And the best example is everybody is familiar with Super Mario. And guess who the antagonist to Super Mario is? It is Wario that you see right here. So, and also Luigi has antagonist too with Waluigi. So you can see the two in this picture right here. So so that's why they have a big place in the hearts of people, and that's where Dork Lord comes in. So when Pepe and the boys club begins to really fly, they wake up, and they're gonna get a lot of attention, simply because they're all connected to Pepe here. So you can see that the one thing I loved about this project here has been around for a really long time, over a year now, and you can see that it is on some notable exchanges with Bitmart, Biconomy, but more importantly, it is on MEXC. So if you go to MEXC, or if you go to the top crypto exchanges here, you can see that MEXC actually ranks really high in terms of its 24-hour volume. It's actually ranked number 8 right here. So it's actually ahead of big exchanges like crypto.com, for example, even ahead of KuCoin as well. So it ranks as a top 10 centralized exchange in terms of the amount of volume it does in 24 hours here. So super bullish for this Dork Lord project in terms of the current listing that is found on, especially the MEXC listing. That is absolutely huge. And they're also having another big exchange listing coming. So, make sure to go over to their X page here, give them a follow, and also, you can keep up to date in terms of what that new major listing will be in. But you can see from their artwork here, it's really fantastic here. So you can have a look at it. It's money is a scam by Dorky example. This picture right here, that he's levitating the rocks. It's pretty much tapping into like the Sith Lord's Star Wars powers there. So some really cool stuff. Artwork is just on point here. So this particular 1000X silent gem here is something to definitely keep on your radar. And if you go to its chart here, you can see that it is a really tiny market cap at, guess what, $2.1 million. So let's say that it does a 10x, then that's a $20 million market cap. It does a 100x, that's a $200 million market cap. And if it does a 1000x, Dork Lord is a $2 billion market cap. And we know that during a full-blown alt season, anything can happen, especially when Dork Lord is tied to probably the biggest narrative of this bull run, simply because Pepe is meant to be considered the leading meme coin that will lead this entire super cycle of this bull run here. So if you look at the chart right now, you can see that, once again, this project has been around for over a year. So we love that projects that have longevity, and you can see from their X page, for example, that they continue to grind away, right? So they're posting very consistently, and that's what you definitely want when it comes to a meme that's been around for a long time. But the one thing about the chart that I really notice and I really love is that it's been in a long state of accumulation. And anything that's been in a long state of accumulation, it's pretty much like holding a beach ball underwater and then waiting it for, and having all that pressure build up and just waiting for that thing to just shoot and explode really high into the air. So, over the last close to 6 months now, it's been in this consolidation phase that you see right here, roughly around the $2 million mark. And the reason why that's super duper important is because when you look at Turbo, for example, it was in a consolidation phase for a very long time. So let me draw that out right here, this section right here. So Turbo, before it went absolutely insane to the right that you see right here, it was actually consolidating for almost 1 year before it went from $50 million market cap all the way to a $600 million market cap within that same month here. So that's why finding, highly undervalued crypto gems that are in a silent narrative that when it wakes up is absolutely going to take the entire crypto world by storm. And the Boys Club is going to reemerge as a big winner when it comes to alt season for this bull run here. So, in my opinion, this consolidation once again reminds me of Turbo right here in terms of how Turbo consolidated for close to a year and then absolutely this exploded. So once again, there's no guarantees that will happen, but that's exactly, in my opinion, what it's looking to shape up to be. And what I'll do is I'll leave the contract address to Dork Lord in the description. And if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to buy it on those exchanges. So whether it could be on Bitmart, for example, it could be on Bioconomy. It's built on Ethereum, so you could go to Uniswap if you prefer to use a DEX, and of course you could buy it on MEXC there. So this is a great example of a silent 1000x crypto gem where you're getting it at a very discounted price, and it's tied to a narrative that's going to absolutely explode during the peak of this bull run. So once again, I'll put the CA in the description. Make sure to check it out. And, it's one that I believe has huge potential. And of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own research. Also, crypto is risky, so always remember to invest responsibly. And once again, I am not a financial advisor. And also, If this project is of interest to you and you'd like to get involved with it as well, make sure to check it out using the CA in the description below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.